Hello wonderful people, and welcome back to the return of PQ's Gospel of the Oval Ball round 8, but focusing today pretty much on round 1 of the Ultimate Cup competition that would see the Brotherhood, the Kimbo Parkinson-inspired Wests Warriors, play the opening foray against a team from Huddersfield, Yorkshire. The right side of the Pennine, some would say, looking to cause an upset in the first round of the greatest cup competition here at Wasps in West 3. And a mouthwaterer was definitely on the cards. Conditions would be perfect pitch side, crowd would be rip-roaring, and everyone would be all in for an incredible afternoon of the greatest game that is Rugby League. Challenge Cup weekend would start with the usual. You leave home, you walk to the bus stop, you get a choice of 4 buses. First one comes along within a minute. You get off of that, you walk down the train platform at the Victoria line. Oh, there's a train. You walk through at Finsbury Park. Oh, there's another train. You get off at Acton Town, the Pied Piper of Acton Town, wandering down, posting Instagram live videos, and work out that you cannot fathom how the hell those buttons work on Instagram live. No one knows how it stops, so you just keep going and talking, and the people of Acton Town are wondering who the hell is this lunatic, but clearly there's something on round here. He's wearing Warriors and he's got Rugby League all over him. Where is it on? Let's follow him to the pre-game mix grill at the Ultimate Witherspoons, the Red Lion and Pineapple, a stone's throw from the ground, and a little bit of history in the making as Wests Warriors were entering the Challenge Cup round 1 for the 5th time, and as the day would pan out, this would be our 4th victory in 5 attempts, which would then see us into the second round. Another great day with an incredible club, incredible coaches, incredible fans, incredible players. What more can I say? Obviously, I can say plenty. So episode 8 is going to begin with a rundown of the ultimate legends that booted up for the Wests Warriors in the first round of the Challenge Cup. A few returnees, a couple of brothers lighting up West 3, and some legends on the sideline too, who I will be talking about ad nauseum later on, including, of course, the legend that is JBH, Joel Boom Holmes. Yeah, returning from Kendal in the snows and the ice, he would battle all his way through, down the M62, round the M25, down the A40, all the way onto the Uxbridge Road, and just off Twyford Avenue here to Wasps. The lineup would be as tasty as a Krispy Kreme donut with additional sugar that would make you climb the walls with pleasure and excitement. And you know where we're going to start first. Lacing up at fullback. Yeah, another return. The fleet of foot, flight of fancy. Blake Nahu doing his stuff again. If that boy could dance, he'd be getting 11s out of 10 on Strictly for sure. On the wings of love, only the two of them would make Newsome cry. On one wing, the young stud, bearded legend, who's come back from a massive injury. You wouldn't have even known he'd been injured. It was an incredible performance from Reece Walker. Unleashed his beast. Starts doing his fleet of footwork. It is incredible. Comes in so slow. And you think, oh, he's going to get nailed. Makes the first one miss. Second one thinks, oh yeah, I've got him. I'm going to nail him. Oh, a little shimmy. In the third and fourth come in. All right, fourth might get a hand on. But that third one, he shimmied so much the bloke's dizzy. Doesn't know what to do. He's like, oh my God. Before you know it, Reese's made 15 yards and a quick play the ball. And the Warriors are away with the ball in hand. Awesome to see the young man back. More hair on his face than I've got on my head. On his opposite side, of course, we had my Mr. 75%, who rarely gets out 75%, plays an absolute barnstormer. The Prince of Thatto back for a second season at the Warriors, and boy, did he play a belter. Set up an incredible try. I was screaming at one point, and why are we kicking so early? Little did I know that young Will would be sliding in on his shoulder to score that all-important second try and set us on a pathway to glory. Incredible play by my man Daniel Munt. Got the new lad, Tamati Gribble. Tama chameleon. Boy was an absolute powerhouse. Couldn't hold him back, couldn't hold him down. This boy far too powerful for our opponents. What a pickup, what a signing this lad is. He is going to be super strong for us this season. On the other side, his oppo, the redhead, the power, the anger. Harrison Nichols played an absolute beaut of a game. From where I see him play last year in the warm-up game against Brixton in the reserves to now playing regular first team where he was on the wing in the grand final. Now he's moved into the centres. Absolute baller. He was unstoppable. He was lighting up. Him and Daniel Munt, the opposition had overlaps. Couldn't do a thing against these two. What a combo. What a team we've got in that back line. So there's your back five. Blake Nahu, Reece Walker, Tamati Gribble, Harrison Nichols, Daniel Munt. What a back five. And who was playing in front of them and sealing the deal? Well, first of all, at number 6, new face, young Jacob Thomas. Lithe as he was tough as he was skillful as he was, dare I say it, tasty. And boy, did he team up well with young Jack Payne, who's just returned from an all-inclusive, all-expenses-paid holiday to Australia, but would prefer to leave the 35-degree sun-drenched beaches of Oz and return back to West 3 and the 2-degree greenery of Twyford Avenue and a date with destiny. With these two pulling the strings, the Peter Pan at hooker. Yeah, Neil Thorman doing the Jared Bassett no-look pass to great effect. Everything went through the number 9 channel. He was doing his thing. And Warriors would be the beneficiary of his great play. We let the boy loose. He was devastating when he got that ball. Louis Robinson taking on all comers. Took 2 and 3 defenders, putting them on their backsides, making yard after yard. Pairing up with him, the powerhouse and the day's man of the match, Dom Stock. Locks, jocks and stopped. There was no stopping Dom Stock on this game day. He was unplayable. He was unflatterable. He was unleashing everything you could ever wish for in a prop. Get this boy angry. He was just head down taking everyone out that game. Some of the shots in there. I was so glad I was 10 metres away from the action because, boy, you could feel that vibration hitting the floor all the way back through to the jug of beer that BDW sunk nicely like the pro that he is. In the second row, of course, we had young Will Poaching himself coming back from a trip back home to the NZ, preferring to come play the Challenge Cup rather than stay in NZ in that nice weather over there. Tom Robertson, so the two of them doing damaging work in defence. Absolutely pummeling the opposition, playing lights out footy and bagging 3 tries between the two of them. Incredible scenes, especially the last one. As I say earlier, Will Poaching chasing down Dan Munt's perfectly timed kick to touchdown to give us a 10-0 lead in the opening foray. Tom wrapping the game up like the pro he is. And then, of course, Captain Machine Watkins. What can you say about this bloke that hasn't already been said? Pepper him with compliments. He goes out and does it again and again and again. Bloke gets hit, he gets back up. He leads the line in every possible confrontation there is. Dominating the play, the ball, dominating the tackles, setting us up for play after play for the halves to dominate and get the ball out to our fantastic backs. And then the crowd goes wild. The Arnold Schwarzenegger style quads. Or if you want to really go extreme, Tom Platz would be proud of these bad boys. These quads are as wide as my entire physical being, and there was no way anyone was going to be stopping Aiden today. In every single tackle he made, every single attacking play, this boy was leaving carnage of devastation behind him, in front of him, to his left, to his right, setting up platforms all over the place. What a player. Young Sammy G, back with the tash, making meters, smashing lumps, doing what Sammy G does, but with a bit of Warriors styling. Super cool, super legend. Sammy's back. Slamming Sammy. Don't worry about Burgess. You got Sammy G doing your bidding for you for the replacement hooker. And boy, did he not look out of place. He played an incredible one. Young Mr. Thorman would depart for his breather. Young Kobe comes on, unleashes wave after wave of attack. It's like the boy had played for the Warriors for a decade. Knew exactly the playbook, knew exactly how Warriors play footy, and would set us up and put us on good stead for even more plays. We got the new lad, another tall one, Bowen Butlin, comes on. He might be a 6'4" scaffolder from Queensland, but he was powering through. They couldn't stop him. His long levers, they couldn't get a hold of him. If they get one leg, they tried to get his other arm. He'd just power over the top. How the boy didn't score. But this lad has definitely got a future. And then on the sideline, of course, we have Mitchy Cairns-Nelson, who's just returned from his summer trip back to Oz. Another one who's sacrificed. We had Kaysan on the sidelines too, and of course, my mixed grill early morning breakfast with a spoon's brother, Wayne Petit, lighting it up with the waters, keeping warm, jogging pitch lengths all the time, getting the boys hydrated throughout. Whilst the game did not disappoint, the crowd on the sideline did not disappoint. There was a hive of activity on our sideline for sure. It was like a reunion of past legends, and I had the pleasure of spending the entire afternoon with them. Probably not a pleasure for them because, as you know, once I start verbalising, everyone runs for cover. But they stuck it out for the full 80 in 2 degrees of weather with a nice crosswind. Joel Boone Holmes typing away. We had the return of the Argentinian Andrew Fluker. Who would have thought it? The boy was back. Tried to talk him into getting his boots on, but he might do when the weather gets up. We had the legend. I'm not going to sing it because you know it already. Big bad Barry Dawson-Williams. But shall we? Barry Dawson-Williams. My captain cocktail, BJ Dean, making a return. He did fancy his chances because he does miss these huge days. The Challenge Cup always brings out the best in everyone in their game. And likewise, Mr. Rock and Roll turned up not with his guitar but with his Harley. Could hear him revving that mama up all the way across West London. The crowd was massive. It was great. When you look across behind the sticks with us, there must have been 50, 60 people. Going down the sidelines must have been 30 or 40. For a sport that doesn't have any support down south, how wrong could you be? This is what weekends of Challenge Cup rugby are about. It's bringing North v South, South v North, M25 v M62, brother v brother in the greatest game that there is. And no one left disappointed. Newsome were a top act. We had no idea what talent they had. They come up against a well-coached Warriors team who have been putting in a shift, as they have, because it's the biggest game of both club seasons thus far. And who knew where it would take you? And it's how you deal with the conditions. The Wasp pitch was absolutely perfect. It's nice and soft underfoot, plenty of grip, great rugby being played. I did comment after that we didn't get any goal line dropouts, and as young Matt Beasley kindly pointed out, Quilly, when we kicked, we didn't need dropouts because we scored 5 tries. All the links for Warriors will be down below in the comments, alongside Paul Anthony's photographs of the day, which are terrific. He reckons the light was bad. Well, whatever magic he's using works for us because those photos come out incredible. So if you like what you see, give them a follow on Facebook. The fact that we won the game put us into the hat for the second round. We all knew the second round fixture, whoever was going to be victorious, would be welcoming to their home ground Rochdale Mayfield, who are an NCL powerhouse. They put out Cornwall in the third round and then went out to Newcastle Thunder. As ourselves, we got to the third round last year, got put out by 7-time champions and legendary coach John Keir, Widnes Vikings. This second round game is just going to take it up a whole nother level of tasty. This is going to be a game for the ages. This is what the Challenge Cup's all about. You got the best of the South challenging the best of the North. The M25 against the M62, and it is going to go off large. This is the game that everyone should be watching. The TV companies should be getting down there so we can have full exposure, but we're going to be there in the flesh. We're going to be watching the best that Warriors has to offer against the best that Rochdale Mayfield has to offer, and it's going to be the best game of the round. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. This is going to be a terrific game for the rugby league fan, and we're going to start the promotion machine this weekend. Get as many bodies as we can down there, get Wasps to get as many bar staff as they can, because this thing is going to go large. Already Rochdale talking about bringing a coach full of fans plus their players, so that's already 75 to 100 people. We're going to be bringing 75 to 100 people guaranteed. We're going to be trolling the streets, dragging people down pre-game, pre-Witherspoons Mixed Grill. I better get in there nice and early because it's going to be the best game of the weekend and I cannot wait. This will be the 4th time that Wests Warriors has achieved second round status in the Ultimate Cup competition. It's a massive thing for an amateur rugby league club to achieve this, but for us to get into the second round 4 times is incredible, and this is a massive statement for the game down south, which not a lot of people will understand or appreciate. You know, it's not just a run-of-the-mill cup competition. This is something that's been going on for over 100 plus years. London teams haven't been playing in the competition as long as some of the northern amateur teams, but this is where we are changing the dynamic of the competition and we're getting people to take notice. This is how you get new sponsors in. They start getting wind of the greatest game. Everyone wants to become part of it. If you want to become part of it, details to contact Kimbo, the head honcho of Wests Warriors, will be in the comments section below. And please do get in touch. If you want your brand attached to the greatest name in rugby league in London, please do so, because there is no club better, no coach better, no group of lads better who will take you on a journey that will be life-changing forever and then some. And as the brothers say, get those dubs up for the Warriors, because the cup is coming home. Challenge Cup Round 2. Wests Warriors, Rochdale Mayfield, Wasps, Twyford Avenue, W3, 2 p.m. kickoff. The posts are already out there. The team is prepping well. And we're going to go dubbing up for the Warriors all the way through. Let's do this for London. Let's do this for Warriors. Let's do this for Wasps. But most importantly, let's do it for you, Kimbo and the lads. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. So with all this talk of the second round of the Ultimate Cup competition, I thought it would only be fair to give a shout out to the young legends that have booted up for the Warriors over the years that have managed to play in this incredible matchup. A second round tie, a second round hit up. The first time of getting into the second round would see us travel up to Featherstone. No, not Featherstone Rovers, but Featherstone Lions, to put ourselves on the map and put a foothold in the greatest cup competition that there is, the Challenge Cup. And the lineup would be as follows. Super League's very own son, Jared Bassett, would be at fullback. Winging would be Mr. Real Estate, Travis Robertson. On the other wing would be, Dave Dyer, the basketballing sensation, try-scoring annihilator. On the centres, we'd have Adam Wilson and Brad Ed as well, the original Peter Pan. In the halves, what a combo. Dan O'Brien, who's now downtown Queensland, obviously. Jared Rona, there's a name that we wouldn't have heard in a while. What a stud, what a player. In the props this time, Jason Kershaw, the big wheel himself, with the straight line prince. The smiling assassin, Sebi Taylor. At hooker, my boy, one of the originals, Jesse Walker. In the second row, this is incredible. This has got to be the tastiest second row we've ever had. Brett the Body Stratton. Hayden the Handsome Nankaro. I mean, could it get any better? Yes, it could, because captain of the day would be my captain cocktail, Mr. BJ Dean. What a lineup that was. On the bench, a young whippersnapper by the name of Dawson Williams. Yeah, BDW was in there. Another Newcastle boy, a young Joshy Hutchinson. Mr. Coachella himself, Morgan London. Yeah. And of course, the G-Baby, the DJing kingpin that is Graham Harris. And then in reserve, Brendan Smith, Mr. New York. Then my man, your man, our man, Jacob Hughes and Brett Alcock. And obviously coached by the legend himself, Mr. KP Parkinson, Kimbo, the man. Wests Warriors 2017 against Featherstone Lions would prove to be an incredible game and a massive victory. What a performance, what a team, what a Challenge Cup run. 2017. 2022's Challenge Cup run would see us travel back up to Yorkshire to take on York Acorn after dispatching the Vikings in the northeast 2 weeks prior. The lineup that we had, obviously Jared Bassett, Super League sensation, Dean Twydale, super feet, Kieran Pointer, flying across in the centres, fleet of foot. And another name, Dom Stock, who would originate in the centres. Can you imagine Dom Stock in the centres? Murderously talented. And then, of course, Mitchy Ingham, our skiing sensation on the opposite wing. What a back five. In the halves, we would have big, lethal Hayden Quigg, Brighton's finest. Pete Henschel, the hammer, would be at 7. In the props, we would have the Wall of West London. You've guessed it, Joshua Wall. On the other side of the props, you got Blade Boom Time, Jordan Few. In the hook-in, you got the devilishly handsome Kyron David. In the second row, we would have BJ Dean, my captain cocktail. We would have the son of Wakefield's favourite son, Will Pochin, at 12. Captain Concrete, Chris Watkins, at 13. Then coming off the bench, the adversaries' dreamboat poster boy, London Rugby League, Johnny Bell. Alongside him, my man Mountainous, the king of the northeast, legacy in the southeast. The one, the only, Jamie Diggle. The flowing locks of Ben Yerby. And of course, backing them up, the 17th man, the one, the only, Barry Dawson Williams, coached obviously by the legend himself, Kimbo. What a lineup that would prove to be, and yet another incredible lineup representing the Wests Warriors in the Ultimate Cup competition, that is the Challenge Cup. 2023's lineup for the second round of the Ultimate Cup competition would be the back five: Blake Nahu at fullback, Mitchy Ingham, skiing sensation, Tom Robertson, double try scorer last week, playing in the centres, Mitchell Large, who's still overseas, and of course Devon Wheatman was on the other wing, who had a barnstormer in the run up to the end of the season. So there's your back five, tasty as ever. The halves, as we know, the hammer Henshaw, who is now plying his trade overseas, I believe. He's now off to Big Oz. And of course the boy Jack Payne, who's just returned. In the props, the one, the only letting loose, Louis Robinson. Backing him up, Dom Stock. What a pair. They've been together for over 12 months. Incredible. At hooker, the boy from Newcastle, young Jake Ritchie. In the second row, slamming Sammy Griffiths, along with Mitchell Cairns Nelson. And of course, Captain Concrete, Chris Watkins. What a starting 13 that would prove to be on a rain-soaked, wind-swept afternoon at Wasps. Leaving the bench with the ultimate warrior himself, Finn Langdale, my meat mountain, the one, the only Cameron Miller, the flowing locks of Ben Yerby, who's now with AC in New Zealand, and of course Kyle Tucker, big, brawny and powerful, an 18th man, the Northeast finest son, Adam Dack. That would be the 2023 lineup. If you like what you see what you like, and you love what you hear, then give us a share. Spread the word of the gospel of the oval ball to one and everyone. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like. Then why not subscribe to the Ultimate in Rugby League podcast? Let's get this word out to everyone. Let's share this about Wests Warriors and the Viking on a journey to inspire the world. We're going to go local, national and international. All links that we've been talking about today on this podcast are at the bottom for you to follow. There's going to be more and more this week as the Challenge Cup builds up. So let's get those dubs up for the Warriors and let's go.